Damn. They really drew out a whole ass arena. Countless bullets whiz above our heads as I take cover. As soon as I crouch down, a missile destroys half of the wall before me. Sylus, watch your head. God damn. The blinding white light makes me close my eyes. I feel myself being lifted by a powerful force and pulled into his protective embrace. Sylus carries me like a cat. With one arm around my waist, he kicks open a door and rushes into a building. An explosion rocks the building from outside. The entire team is wiped out.
We're safe for now.
Lucky it's so bright out. I would have gotten Ash babied by that white screen. Oh my goodness. Masked men, wanderers, weapons, guns, there's no end to them. They're really determined to take us down.
In most cases, being too strong is a curse in itself.
She should have expected that if she was gonna bring him with her. That's what happens when you bring him with her. Like, what do you expect? I checked the betting leaderboard. Sylus's name sits at the top. Damn. Damn. The amount of money people put on him is several times higher than the contestant in second place. Damn. God damn. If you're not like everyone else, you get punished. They're definitely targeting you.
To think I'd make a splash for my first Zoian hunt. Oh well.
Oh my goodness. I shoot him a glance and bet my entire paycheck on his name. Oh my gosh. Girl. She said, I might as well get my money's worth out of it. Because she knows she's gonna get her money back.
Should I say I'm honored?
No, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be honored because you know damn well plot armor. Plot armor. He doesn't know about plot armor, but you know damn well she knows that you're not gonna die. Since you're already in the spotlight, I might as well profit from it. Oh my gosh. She has no shame, but I love her for that. She's shameless. Well, I'm guessing I told myself, yes, main story Sylus is back. But I need to know how far into their quote unquote relationship they are. Because it's very clear that they are no longer... She's not resentful towards him. She's not hateful towards him either. Like, she doesn't think of him as an asshole as much anymore. Like, you can tell she's more comfortable towards him. So I need to know... I need a timeline now on how far into their relationship this is, because I like that this is now at a point where they're not in a bad place, basically. Just keep that first place spot warm and be my decoy. When I get the money, we'll split it 70-30.
Anyone can make empty promises. And I'm not an altruistic philanthropist, kitten.
My goodness. Name your price. If I can afford it, then we have a deal.
Oh, you can definitely afford it. It just depends on whether you're willing to give it to me.
Brother in Christ. My brothers in Christ. My brother's in. His right eye begins to glow with an eerie red light. My heart races and I try to look away so I don't get controlled.
Congratulations! You are now in second place on the betting leaderboard.
Oh. My communication device vibrates just as Sylus fiddles with his phone. It's followed by the melodic notification sound of a successful payment. I should have known. I should have known. What are you doing?
I placed a bet on you. Now you have the highest odds in the game.
Second highest odds.
If you win, I'll make a fortune.
This man. He. Ooh!
Do you want to match my wager?
I don't think we can. We're too poor for that. I shouldn't have underestimated you. You never make a terrible deal. Don't forget to split the winnings with me 80-20. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you're so greedy.
Oh my goodness. Just as our conversation helps me catch my breath, there's a rustling sound from the corner. Shh. I creep silently towards the source of the sound. Then I turn around with my gun raised.
Please, don't hurt me.
Shoot that. Shoot that. I don't trust her. You're telling me an elderly woman who is in the middle of all this, because you don't just magically happen to be there. You have to willingly cross into that area, dodge all of that, and be able to hide in here. There's no shot this elderly woman managed to survive all of that without getting blasted in the forehead. There's no shot. I do not trust that. My gun is pointed at a frail old woman who's barely alive. Finding someone as old as her in the Zoynian hunt seems unbelievable. But this is the N109 zone. Instead of lowering my gun, I tighten my grip and take another step towards her. Period. Yes. Use that brain of yours. How long have you been eavesdropping? Before I can ask another question, Metaflux suddenly surges. A wanderer materializes and instantly lunges at the old woman. Whoop. Look out! My hunter's instincts take over, and before I can think... Let me read! Oh my gosh, what did that say? Oh, I try to protect the elderly woman by throwing myself over at her. As I brace for impact, shards of Metaflux explode behind me. They're intertwined with wisps of a familiar mist. I turn around to see Sylus standing behind us. He flexes his wrists while traces of his evil linger around his hand.
I take my eyes off you for 1 second and you just rush in. The association definitely trained you well, kitten.
You can't blame her. You really can't blame her. I'm grateful that you rescued me and gave me a backhanded compliment. Just as I try to push myself up, a sharp pain shoots through my body. I bet. How much you want to bet it was that old lady? I look down. A dagger pulsing with evil energy is lodged in my lower right area of my abdomen. And the old woman's trembling hands clutch its handle. You...
I didn't mean to. I was trying to kill the Wanderer. You're the one who got in the way.
I knew it. I knew I couldn't trust that pinche vieja. Vieja hijo de p***. Oh my goodness. Sylus picks me up as the old woman releases her grip on the dagger and flees.
Fool.
A black-red mist starts chasing after her, but I hold back my pain and press down on Sylus's arm. I shake my head. Let's take care of my wound first. I grab the first aid kit from the shelf and sink into the couch. I open it and search through its contents.
Let me do it.
It's fine, I can handle it.
You slipped several times already. I don't think you can handle it.
Not that bad. Hey! Black-red mist grabs my arms and lifts me into the air, yet my fall is unexpectedly gentle. I find myself lying across Sylus's lap as he sits on the sofa. The first aid kit lands next to us.
You'll break the latch if you keep doing that.
The medicine sends a sharp pain into my wound. Trying to distract myself, I stare at the tangled cables on the ceiling.
Have you counted how many cables are up there?
Shh! Don't interrupt me. I only got to 27. My attention shifts and I meet his watchful gaze.
Does it hurt?
Do I want to be honest? Do I want to lie? Do I want to be vulnerable? Do I not want to be? Do we want to be vulnerable? Do I want to be vulnerable in front of him? You know what? I want to be vulnerable in front of him. Shit. It really hurts.
This is a special antiseptic from Caron's black market. No one has ever claimed it doesn't hurt. It's extremely effective since it makes wounds heal 10 times faster than normal.
Wow. I need some of that IRL. Really? Then the pain is worth it.
I lied. It's just a saline solution.
Sylus discards the cotton ball after he finishes cleaning the wound. He holds the hemostatic dressing between his palms. Then he pauses.
You seem distracted. Are you thinking about that old woman?
Yeah, I'm thinking about how I didn't blast her between the eyeballs. Yeah.
Are you mad?
Of course I am. I tried to help her and she literally stabbed me. Now I'm wondering if I'm just too naive. Yes, even I'm like, you should have blasted her between the eyeballs.
Only a little.
Aren't you going to comfort me?
I know you already learned your lesson. In a place where only the strong survive, you can't judge people as you usually do. Kindness is a rare quality. Save it for when you're back in Lincoln. Most people here are foolish. They run after their desires and never realize the treasure they were born with.
Don't tell me you're talking about their lives when you said treasure.
I'm referring to their soul.
Sylus tilts his head slightly and points to his eye.
Even at just 21 grams, the soul is one of the most precious gifts the universe has given to humanity.
When you collect souls, are you basically stealing from the universe?
Did you just change the subject by making fun of me? Can you stand up?
You shouldn't underestimate me. I jump up from his knee and stretch my limbs to prove I'm fine.
Don't push yourself. In this game of life and death, even the smallest vulnerability could cost you everything. Leaving right now wouldn't be a good idea. Stay put and keep quiet.
I hope I see that old lady's body somewhere. Me personally, I'm that bitter. Hearing the sounds of gunfire in the distance, I think for a bit before agreeing with Silas's assessment. But just as I'm about to sit down on the couch... Oh! Oh my goodness. At the last possible moment, Sylus and I leap from the window and narrowly escape the blast. Damn! In the depths of the dark alley, familiar figures emerge. It's those masked figures again. They're very persistent. Oh my goodness.
They seem to be very confident in their antimatter weapons. In fact, they genuinely believe those are enough to finish me off.
They might, though. What I meant was, don't underestimate them. I glance in the direction while I speak. There are 5 of them. The alley isn't a dead end, so we can just go left and flank them. Sylus, draw their attention. I'll intercept them.
You already planned everything out, huh?
I don't know if it's just me, but why does his hair look... Maybe it's because of the jacket or what, but his hair looks whiter and he looks tanner. Maybe it's my computer, but the contrast of his hair and his skin. His hair looks whiter and his skin looks tanner. It could just be me, but that's what it looks like. He nods, then he takes 2 steps to position himself as my shield.
Move quietly, and watch out for the other hyenas who are lying in ambush.
After the final thunderous blast, the dark alley is once again swallowed by nighttime fog and deathly silence. Are you okay?
You stole the words right out of my mouth.
Sylus quickly checks my waist for any signs of bleeding. Then he turns his attention to the broken weapons and lifeless figures on the ground.
The numbers don't add up. Almost 10 of them are missing.
Hopefully they're already dead somewhere else.
They won't die that easily with weapons like those. They're most likely in hiding and waiting for another chance to strike.
How did they know we were here? Did our popularity give us away? Sylus takes my wrist and his fingertip brushes against my inner arm. My fingers curl out of reflex. What are you doing? He releases my wrist and holds up an almost transparent chip between his fingers. Well, what's that? Sylus crushes the item and drops its internal components to the ground.
A tracking device.
I try to think back to everyone who could have planted that on me. There are too many possibilities. I feel like the only person that she came in contact with was the old woman and Dimitri. No one from the ever people touched her The only people that touched her were Dimitri and the old woman. But none of that makes sense. It couldn't have been the old woman. The only person she came in contact with was Dimitri. I think Dimitri feels wrong, but it's the only person. That makes sense. Is this why Dimitri, the Lord of Corone, offered to help me out on his own accord? What does he want in return?
Regardless, this place isn't safe anymore. Come along now.
Sylus takes my wrist again and leads me out of the alley. Oh shit. So it is a vintage car. They got it from a place called Vintage Cars. I thought finding a suitable hideout would take a lot of effort. But Sylus knows exactly where to go. He quickly leads me to a vintage automobile repair shop near the arena. 2 vintage street lamps flicker inside. A desert highway backdrop and bullet holes decorate the entrance. It's quite fitting for our situation. After making sure we weren't being followed, I breathe a sigh of relief and pull up a chair to ease my pain. Just won't quit. Isn't there a way to deal with them once and for all? The arena fights are bad enough as it is.
The ones we took out were only minions receiving commands. For signals to be distributed simultaneously, there must be a leader carrying the central control unit. Take out their control unit, and we can disable the entire group.
Speaking of which, I detected an unusual metaflux fluctuation when I encountered them. Sylus turns around to look at me.
What makes it unusual?
I'm not sure how to explain it. Maybe it's connected to that control unit you mentioned.
They've really been busy behind the scenes. They're using protocores like they're toys.
Sylus averts his gaze and turns away. He walks to a corner of the shop.
Change of plans. We need to step up our game.
What?
Find the leader, neutralize them, and extract the control unit.
We're going to do reverse tracking? That might work. I'll use those unique fluctuations to locate them. Sylus crouches down by the decorative bar counter along the wall. The sound of rummaging soon fills the air. What are you doing? Oh, are you looking for weapons?
I'm hungry, so I'm looking for food.
Oh, jeez. I sit up. My interest is piqued. Is this place one of your properties?
Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
Those with refined tastes know how to seek out places that match their standards. The vehicles outside are enough to prove the owner's discerning eye. I spoke too soon.
After retrieving a bag of food from the cabinets decorated like wooden crates, Sylus returns to the small table. A look of displeasure is on his face.
These are emergency rations. If you're not picky, try to eat as much as you can.
Damn! Not slamming it on the table. Canned food? That's not too bad. I thought it'd be much worse considering how you acted.
Weren't you the one who kept asking for more home comforts at the base?
The base is for living, but this place is for surviving. The standards are different. But seriously, have you thought about making your chefs develop canned foods? With their skills, we could have had a gourmet canned food experience next time we end up in a situation like this. While I keep rambling, the cans are opened and arranged. Sylus gives me a look but doesn't argue. Oh my goodness. my goodness. I would never thought I would see the day where Sylus is literally eating rations. Oh my goodness. They literally I can't believe they have Sylus eating rations. He's gotten so used to the comfort food that MC has requested from the base that seeing the rations, he's like, what the is this shit? He's gotten so used to MC's taste. Oh my goodness. And he thought that she was gonna be like, what the too? But she's like, no, we're in survival mode right now. Of course we're gonna get rations. And he's just like, oh my gosh, I can't. What?
How's your wound? No amount of talking will change that pain.
I'm starting to think the medicine wasn't normal. It hurts even more now that I've stopped moving. I take a huge bite out of the canned luncheon meat. I try to distract myself from the pain by chewing. As I reach for the energy drink, his hand hovers above the can. He sprinkles a medicinal powder over it. I stare in disbelief. Did you just spike my drink in front of me? Oh my goodness.
Are 2 painkillers going to be enough to knock out Lincoln's finest hunter?
No.
I know you want to stay alert. You're worried the extended release painkillers will slow your reactions. Keeping you safe for half the night will be easy. I'm here, which is more than enough.
He picks up the can and moves the luncheon meat aside before setting it down in front of me. The small table becomes a chessboard once again, but this time my opponent sends his pieces into my territory to supply his queen. Oh! 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 Hijo de la gran... Oh!
As for whether you want to let your guard down for half the night, that's up to you, kitten.
Just drink it, girl. Since you put it that way. Under his watchful gaze, I alternate between sipping my drink and eating. I quickly replenish my energy after consuming 3 cans of protein-rich food. The pain gradually dulls. Looking at my leftovers, I notice that Sylus has barely touched his food. With a questioning look, I wave the can at him.
I'm full.
It's because his can't eat rations. His said, who do I look like eating rations? Oh my goodness. You were full after eating 1 slice of meat.
I don't want to eat. I don't like it.
Oh my gods. You're the one who said you were hungry. In the dim light, Sylus fidgets with the can opener. His gaze lingers on a particular vehicle, and his interest is evident.
The last Slavernos in the world. This shop's owner really knows how to hide treasures in Caron.
Sitting with a full stomach only makes me drowsy, so I get up and follow him into the maze of vintage cars. A distorted figure flashes in my peripheral vision. I turn around only to see my reflection in the glossy black car door.
The Phantom Zero, produced 60 years ago. Comfortable seats, spacious in the back.
Thinking I'm interested, Sylus turns back to stand beside me. Our distorted reflections merge on the car door.
This model was always popular with young dreamers. Are you one of them?
First of all, those young dreamers from 60 years ago should be elders by now. Secondly, this car is cool. I won't deny liking it, even if you make fun of me.
I wasn't.
He does something I can't see, and the pitch black Phantom Zero's headlights suddenly turn on. They cast their beam on another car in front.
I have daydreams too.
Is this him opening up? Is this main story Sylus opening up? Under the circle of the headlights, the car stands like an actor center stage who's waiting for its story to begin. Sylus steps into the light with one hand in his pocket. Unhurried, he leans forward with his one hand on the car door to get a closer look. Is this what you mentioned earlier? The Silverno?
Silverno means explorer. It was the last model this company produced before going bankrupt.
It sounds like they were exploring different methods to escape their desperate situation. Curious, I peer inside. A fine layer of dust has settled over the interior. Their exploration might not have ended well, but at least the name shows they never gave up hope.
You have a knack for spinning inspirational tales.
He looks more relaxed as he's leaning to the side. Against the car door, he looks at me.
In reality, there was no tale about surviving despite the odds. It was just an ambition that withered before its time. In their final moments, they poured their last defiant breath into crafting this car's body and soul. What stands before you now is an embodiment of ambition that died 60 years ago.
The car's headlights illuminate one side of him. They're almost blindingly bright. Looking at his reflection in the car window, I can't help but think that if this car had a soul, it'd be just like Sylus. I understand what he's trying to tell me. The essence of exploration is desire, and desire in turn fuels ambition. It pushes us to explore beyond our limits. Just like, is it appropriate to say you in this situation? Would it be appropriate to, you know what? We can just say you, whatever. You've always been chasing after a certain future.
Really?
That's the feeling I get from you sometimes. There's a future you know the ending to, but you're still determined to reach it. And you're insistent on taking me with you. Sylus raises an eyebrow. His body moves in one fluid motion from where he's leaning against the car door. Then he's right in front of me.
Are you sure you're part of my ending?
I'm just making an educated guess based on experience. If I'm wrong, you're free to correct me.
Given our positions, you should be the one who's eager to deny being associated with me. And at this point, you already missed the best chance you had to deny it.
Seemingly done with the conversation, he stands up, takes my wrist, and leads me to the Phantom Zone. Phantom Zero. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that entire conversation just processed in my brain. Oh my goodness. It just fully processed in my head. It just fully processed in my frontal lobe, in my cortex. It just fully processed. Holy shit. This is crazy. This is not what I expected from the main story. Seemingly done with the conversation, he stands up, takes my wrist, and leads me to the Phantom Zero. He opens the back door and tilts his head.
Sleep here tonight. Sound good?
The back seat is spacious, and the cushions are definitely soft enough. I turn. As expected, Sylus chooses the Silverno. He reclines in the driver's seat, his legs propped up on the open door.
turn those lights off.
Okay. The car lights are off, and darkness once again blankets our surroundings. As I lie down, I realize how much fatigue I had built up from constantly fighting and running around. My head starts to feel heavy. Yet, at times like these, thoughts seem to surface more persistently. It's beyond my control. Sylus? Sylus. I look up through the car window and see his foot resting on the door frame. It sways ever so slightly. I can tell you're awake.
Listen to yourself. You sound like you're talking in your sleep.
I struggle to sit up and lean against the window. I speak in a soft voice. I might be half asleep, but I know this plan will work. In 3 hours, it'll be dawn. People have their guard down after waking up. That's when we'll split up and make our move. You'll draw the wanderers away and help me create the conditions for detecting fluctuations. I'll find a way to obtain the control unit the masked people's leader has.
Move at dawn, splitting up. Are you really treating this like it's just another Lincoln mission?
Lincoln never gives me this much freedom. I blink slowly and force myself to stay awake just for a little longer. I'm not playing around. I helped you deal with Ever, so you have to help me get the gold coin. Then I can enter the arena.
And if I refuse?
Well, you can think about why you're really here. His foot stops moving. As I fight to stay awake, I see him stand up and approach me through my hazy vision. Then a large hand steadies my head and gently guides it down before giving it a pat.
Get some sleep. Number 2.
Oh my goodness! Fog seeps into the abandoned factory as I nimbly leap into a shipping container. I'm getting closer to the energy fluctuation I've detected. Soon enough, I spot approximately 10 motionless figures standing in a narrow gap between the containers. 6, 7, 8, 9, the rest of them are here. According to the plan, Sylus is dealing with the other contestants and wanderers to obtain the arena entry token, a gold coin. Meanwhile, I'm tracking down those masked figures, and that's why I'm here. I'll take down their leader first. Once I find out who's in charge, the rest will be a piece of cake. I close my eyes and attempt to channel the spatium core's energy. From my heart, warm energy surges and envelopes my entire body. My racing heartbeat is warning me that I might experience an energy overload if I continue. Oh my gosh. There. I sense that distinct energy signature and pinpoint. I need them to slow down the dialogue just a little bit for me to read. I leap down from the shipping container, grab a masked figure's shoulders to pin him down, and press my gun against his forehead. With inhuman reflexes, he flips over and knocks me away. His chest doesn't rise or fall as he breathes. Instead, intermittent electrical currents crackle from within. Their leader is an android. Before the other masked figures can raise their guns, I pull the trigger. The bullet pierces the cold metallic chest above me. As if connected by the energy source, the surrounding masked figures clutch their chests. Their movements were delayed by a second. I place my palm on the leader's lowered head and detect something unusual. With 2 fingers, I reach into the eye socket and extract an artificial eye. Sparks fly from the severed wires as the machinery, still functioning, freezes. The masked figures have lost their power sources. They fall to the ground one after another and let out pained groans. Like a hive mind sort of situation. I hold up the artificial eye to the moonlight. As I suspected, protocore particles within its shell emit a faint glow in the darkness. I'll be taking this. There it is. Elysium's neon lights shine as they always do as I arrive at its entrance.
Well, won't you look at that? Someone's still alive.
Aslan. Don't give me that attitude. Hey, I'm ranked second on the leaderboard. I can't let all those people lose their money because of me.
You're too kind.
She has to have bet some money on MC. She had to have bet some money on MC. I need to lay low here for now. But how am I going to contact Sylus?
I see something's troubling you. When you have a lot on your mind, you should treat yourself to a good meal. The body knows what it needs.
True. That's why Sylus refused to eat rations. I sit down at the bar and remember what Aslan said about offering services beyond filling empty stomachs. I might as well see what this place is really capable of. Can you connect me with someone? Got a top 3 deal interested. The connoisseurs menu, please. She did say the connoisseurs menu is what the good stuff has. I'd like to look at the connoisseurs menu. The menu is promptly presented to me. My gaze sweeps across the peculiar dish names one at a time until it lands on the last item. Sweet Evil Trap.
Every dish in the connoisseurs menu tells a story from the N109 zone.
I can't see. Oh my goodness, the ingredients on that. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I since I have my iPad, I could really bring my iPad to my face. But today's special, Sweet Evil Trap. It says pepper walnut tart, rosemary gelato, pomegranate jelly, red wine marshmallow, and 10.5 grams of soul. And the description says, I'm waiting for you. I wonder if the menu was directed towards her.
But the story behind this one hasn't started yet.
Oh?
It's waiting for someone to order it. In fact, it's been waiting for a long time now.
Huh. 10.5 grams of soul.
Even at just 21 grams, the soul is one of the most precious gifts the universe has given to humanity.
Sylus practically has I prepared something for you written all over his face. Oh! No, Sylus! Whoa! Wait! Wait, pause. Pause. Oh. 10.5 grams of soul. He said a soul weighs 21 grams. Because they share half a soul. Oh my goodness. There's no shot. Oh my goodness. Because they share half a soul. That menu item is specifically tailored to her and only her. Oh my god. I can't. I close the menu. I'll order this one then. Oh my god. The red wine marshmallows are sweet, and the pomegranate juice dances across my tongue.
How is it?
The notes of roasted rosemary and walnut intertwine. Layer by layer, they unfold on my palate in an intricate dance of flavors. It's like him.
Your satisfaction is our greatest source of motivation. Here's your bill.
I look at it and see a 5-digit number. This is the price for one dessert?
I guess it can be if you're willing to pay that much. Try inputting these numbers into a map.
Doesn't the arena block signals?
There's always an exception.
I follow Aslan's instructions. A red dot appears on the previously inactive arena map. 8 o'clock West District docks. This is an interesting choice in terms of location. Aslan brings a finger to her lips.
Elysium has more uses than you can ever imagine.
The docks are completely deserted. Abandoned vehicles are scattered haphazardly across the area. Come on, Sylus. If you don't show up soon, my cover is going to be blown. Oh!
You're late.
When I show up on time for a deal, someone usually gets carried away. I'm fashionably late for good luck. No need to thank me. Get in.
Thanks, I guess.
Where is it? For you?
Empty. What do you mean?
As you can see, it's a pass to the arena.
No time for jokes. Where's the gold coin?
It was tampered with, so I fed it to a wanderer. We can't have loose ends, kitten.
You destroyed it?
There are other ways to enter the arena. I can guarantee that. I'm being honest. You know that.
Oh, he's so fine. He's so fine. I can't. Also, I don't like that they're not doing anything to adjust MC's voice. The way she sounds at the beginning of the story, the main story, versus now is not cool. She sounds more like a robot. Like they're not doing anything to adjust her voice. And it's like, what the hell?
Don't move.
What?
We're being followed. We're going to have to fight if we want to leave. Why don't we call a temporary truce?
We don't know how many are still in hiding. What are the odds?
With you, guaranteed victory. Hold on.
My goodness.
Evil Sylus.
Then you should help me fix that. Change of perspective.
I'm
Oh,
charging extra for this. Look at us.
help.
Someone's eager to die.
It's fun as fuck.
It's too late for regrets. Nice control. You're good at driving.
Anyone ever told you that your driving stability needs some work?
Any suggestions I
Oh,
don't consider
I love
are
them.
filed under never heard of it.
The car emerges from the tunnel and races through the streets of the killing zone. Please don't tell me you went for a joyride earlier.
I didn't. I just grabbed a bite to eat.
You had a meal?
I couldn't get what I actually wanted, so I had to settle for the next best thing.
Come to think of it, I rarely encountered any wanderers while searching for the masked people. I guess someone was helping me from the shadows after all. But Sylus doesn't look like he enjoyed his food. How were the wanderers? Delicious?
They were so unpalatable that it's not even funny.
Oh my goodness. Oh, poor little Sylus couldn't get a tasty treat.
Not only am I picky, but I have an enormous appetite.
I playfully shake my milk tea. Even though you were starving, you still bought me this.
Isn't it common courtesy not to show up empty-handed?
Oh my goodness. What a gentleman. I pull up the live feed. The participant count is in the top right, shows the number 2. That means Sylus and I are the only ones left. That's crazy. The gold coin marker flashes on the map, but we ignore them. We're heading straight for the arena in the center of the area. Do you really have another way to get in?
Yeah?
In the distance, we see a barrier formed by interwoven blue and orange lights. Instead of slowing down, Sylus steps on the gas. The car is going to charge into it.
Hold on tight.
Oh my goodness. He said, F it, we ball. As soon as we hit the barrier, its violent energy tears our vehicle apart. It's going to be turned into heavy chunks of scrap metal. Sylus uses this as an opening. With his evil, he tears open the barrier. Your other way to get in was crashing into it.
What? It worked, didn't it?
Sylus pulls me to my feet in one fluid motion. I take a moment to steady myself before looking at our surroundings. The arena is bathed in dazzling blue and orange lights, the same ones that were part of the barrier. The spectacular stands are filled with floating holographic screens. A luminous path extends beneath our feet. It leads to a central area where several metallic platforms stand beneath floating crystal structures. There must be some kind of mechanism here that will let us go underground. When we approach this part of the arena, we don't find any mechanism. However, a peculiar spot on the central platform catches my eye.
Under normal circumstances, the gold coin would be the key to go underground and meet our Lord of Caron.
But this can't be considered normal circumstances.
There's always more than one way to beat a game. Besides, it doesn't matter if you had the gold coin. The Zoian hunt stopped being fair a long time ago, kitten.
Oh? He taps the ground with his foot.
Listen.
I can't hear anything, but I sense faint metaflex fluctuations.
Maybe we can do this.
Black-red energy particles seep into the ground. A few seconds pass before the metaflux readings suddenly spike to dangerous levels. The ground rumbles and a horizontal crack appears in the central area to reveal a massive creature underneath. It quickly opens its eyes and leaps. It's a wanderer. The wanderer is encased in a massive shell. It instantly releases a powerful burst of metaflux. Does the N109 zone prepare these kind of surprises for...
Of course not. I suspect this grand spectacle is their idea of a welcome party for honored guests from afar.
Who's trying to mess with us this time? What do they want?
I don't care. I've had enough of this game. And its endless amount of rules.
He stands at the edge of a raised platform as black-red mist spirals from his arms and engulfs his entire body.
Let's end this once and for all.
He's pissed. About going to battle, aren't we? I wish I could change the cards.
One else. Are you up for a joyride later?
Where do you want to take me?
Guess.
As the protofield dissipates, the massive wanderer vanishes with it. The modified shell is still present when I fall to the ground. The arena's floor gives away because of the impact. I plunge into boundless darkness along with the debris. My descent ends with a violent crash. The clouds of dust billow out around me. My entire body feels shattered. Waves of pain slam into me. My right arm, I can barely move it. Please don't be broken. Clutching my stiff right shoulder, I squeeze through the cracks of the broken shell. A beam of light streams through the hole above. It illuminates my position and reveals I'm in the middle of a towering corridor. Where is Sylus? The floor was completely destroyed. I wonder if he also fell down. Sylus? Sylus? No response. I hope he's okay. Suddenly, I feel a faint tremor in my chest. I whip my head towards the end of the corridor. The source is there. The vibration is soothing and it gradually syncs with my heartbeat. My feet start moving on their own. It's as if someone is pulling invisible strings. I'm drawn towards the darkness.
Active life form detected. Verifying identity.
Huh?
Verification complete. Welcome back. 0. 0.
She found the Gaia Research Center. The sudden system malfunction warps the announcement into eerie static. It echoes between the high walls of the corridor.
Welcome back, Researcher Wesley.
Huh?
Welcome back, Researcher Dimitri.
Oh! Dimitri. I'm surprised for a moment, but the name fails to stir any significant emotions. I knew he was someone important.
Welcome back, researcher Josephine.
Grandma. Each name is announced. The system's voice becomes gentler. The empty corridor is seemingly filled with the shadows of people walking through it once again.
Congratulations on regaining consciousness. Subject 001. How are you feeling today?
The voice is quiet, as though it's waiting for my response. Grandma's documents also refer to me as a subject, and this system addressed me with the numeric designation 001. It's me, right?
The following has been detected in the test subject's emotional state: confusion, wariness, and anxiety. Physical pain signals are also present. Subject 001. Do not be afraid. The nearest researcher is located in the observation room for demonstrations. You are currently 126 meters away.
Huh?
Please follow the guidance lights immediately to receive assistance.
So there's someone down there currently. A pale blue light materializes on the floor. Arrows pulsate one after another and beckon me to venture deeper into the facility. As I walk, more passages branch off from both sides of the corridor. Deepspace Signal Analysis Lab, Cosmic Archaeology Archives, Genetic Extraction and Analysis Center. The Gaia Research Center's scope of scientific endeavors is far more extensive than I thought. I keep walking until I see Life in the Future Backtracker. Savior? Life from a higher plane of existence. Emissary of the divine. Life from the ancient ocean. Lemurian civilization. Don't tell me Raphael is also... The labels point to different corridors, and each corridor houses a unique, specialized research team. So, so you're telling me they're even researching stuff regarding Astra? They were even researching stuff regarding Astra. That is insane, if they were. Finally, I spot the sign for the Unicorn Research Team. It's pointing to the most prominent door at the end of the corridor. My heart pounds in my chest. The truth I've been waiting for is within reach, yet I'm hesitant. I'm suddenly afraid of facing my past. Maybe this is just a trap. But I've come too far to turn back now. I press my hand against the sensor in the center of the door. The resonance triggers a vibration, and blue light courses through the circuit. It illuminates the massive door that has been dormant for so long. The heavy metal doors slide apart, and warm light pours in. I turn my head away and raise my hand to shield my eyes.
What game are we playing today?
In a dreamlike haze, I watch as a tiny girl runs past me and throws herself into the familiar embrace of the figure standing in the light. Grandma. I take half a step back and rub my eyes. The vision vanishes along with the warm light. Was she having a memory? Under the harsh blue LED lights, a figure stands behind the doorway. They slowly turn to face me. You.
You're finally here. It's been a while, Subject 001.
She has a name! She has a name!
Our little bomb.
So we're finally gonna talk about the fact that she is a bomb. I don't know if it was ever confirmed that she was one, but I know it was a theory that was being thrown around in the community so much. Well, I feel like that is a good place to leave it off as, because I feel like so much is gonna happen after that. Holy oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow, 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 wow.